You're watching Primetime News. We now take a look at Action TV. On Sunday, Action TV revealed that preparations are being made to organize a Pusan festival at the Anuradhapura Swarnapali Balika Mahavidyalaya grounds in line with Pusan without the knowledge of the School Development Committee, in a backdrop where the committee has already decided to set aside the ground for Pusan activities that will be organized in Anuradhapura following the proper tender procedures. During an investigation carried out by the Internal Audit Division of the Ministry of Education, it was revealed that the former principal of the school had earned money by providing the school ground to an organization on 2 previous Pusan festivals in an arbitrary manner. According to the assessment of the Anuradhapura Municipal Council, the organization has earned an income of 40 million rupees by organizing a Pusan festival at this school ground last year. However, the school did not receive any income from this festival, and the School Development Committee had to spend 300,000 rupees to renovate the ground that was destroyed due to the activities. Taking this situation into consideration, at the School Development Committee meeting that was chaired by the principal on the 2nd of May, it was decided to call for tenders and provide the school ground for the period between 3rd of June to the 8th of June, subject to a minimum bid of 500,000 rupees. According to this letter that was received today, it was on the 18th of April that this school ground has been given to an organization to conduct a Pusan festival. It was on the 27th of April that the principal had addressed the letter to the secretary of the organization. According to this letter, it was the secretary of the North Central Province Chief Minister's office that had set aside the ground to the secretary of the said organization. Eyebrows are being raised as to why the school principal, who was aware about providing the ground to an organization by the 27th of April, had not informed the School Development Committee that convened on the 2nd of May. Furthermore, according to this letter, the ground has been provided to the organization for a period of 7 days commencing on the 4th of June. In such a backdrop, it is questionable as to under what terms the organization has set aside the ground since last Wednesday. Moreover, what is more alarming is as to whether the Secretary of the Chief Minister's office can decide about a school ground which comes under the purview of the Line Ministry of a national school. Through this letter, the principal has politely requested the secretary of the organization, who has received the opportunity to earn money for the 3rd time by organizing a Pusan festival at this ground, which is being maintained from the money that is being collected from parents as well as well-wishers, to make some contribution to the school. Shouldn't an investigation be carried out to ascertain as to whether the principal is in such a difficult situation owing to her own actions or as a result of a corrupt transaction that had taken place without her knowledge? Secretary to the Ministry of Education, this is once again over to you.
A person has died after a mine collapsed in the Godigamur area in Ratnapura. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohan stated that 3 others were also injured due to the mine collapse, which occurred at around 4:30 this evening. The injured have been admitted to the Ratnapura hospital. The deceased is a 19-year-old area resident.
Moving beyond our borders, several historic Buddhist places of worship located in Kabul, Afghanistan, are facing the risk of being destroyed.
Senior professor on Buddhist culture in Central Asia at the Sorbonne University in France, Osman Bopearchi, noted that the Chinese government has purchased this particular piece of land in Kabul and is preparing to mine it for copper. Professor Bopearchi pointed out that these places of worship feature distinct Buddhist craftsmanship dating back to around the 5th century AD.
There are around 42 places of Buddhist worship here. These places of worship feature the characteristics of the Gandharan culture in Pakistan and the Bamiyan arts. We call this Messianic. The government of China gave 3 years for archaeologists to engage in excavation work and to secure the artifacts. However, by the end of this year, the Chinese government has decided to bulldoze this place and mine it for copper. A large number of statues have been constructed from dried clay and later painted. Different types of paint have been used. At least 10 years is required to secure these artifacts.
In more local news, UPFA parliamentarian Vidura Vikramanayaka has charged that the information gathered in the 2011 census on population and housing is incorrect.
මං අවංකව අහනවා ප්‍රාදේශීය ලේකම්තුමිය ඇතුළුව සියලු දෙනාගෙන් මේ සංගණනය
I would like to ask from all officers, including the divisional secretary, as to whether the 2011 census on population and housing was properly carried out.
විදුර වික්‍රමනායක කල්ලතෝනියෙක්ද?
Not a single officer carrying out the census has met me so far. However, if we check, the divisional secretary must have obtained money stating that she visited our house. Where is the census and who has carried this out? I am talking about what I know. There may be many similar cases. This needs to be rectified. Do not visit again to collect our details. We would like to state that the information obtained at this census on population and housing is wrong. The Horner Divisional Committee meeting was held at the auditorium of the Divisional Secretariat with the participation of MP Vidura Vikramanayaka.
Today is the 70th birthday of the chief incumbent of the Kotte Sri Nagavihara, Venerable Madhuduave Sobhita Thera. An event was held in Colombo to appreciate the services rendered by the Thera to the country. The event was held with the participation of many dignitaries, including the Mahanayaka Theras and the Mahasangha. No one can match the qualities of Madhuduave Sobhita Thera. He cannot be bought over by anyone. He always talks from his heart. Hence, he is always in the opposing side.
Good evening and welcome to Sports First. Now, the Asian Athletics Association says that it is satisfied with the arrangements made by Sri Lanka to host the 15th Asian Junior Athletics Championship. Issuing a media release, the Ministry of Sports says that the Asian Athletics Association also observed the renovation work at the Sukadasa Stadium and the facilities arranged for the athletes and officials participating in the event.
The Secretary and the Treasurer of the Asian Athletics Association, Maurice Nicholas, and the delegation arrived in Colombo on Sunday to observe the preparations for the 15th Asian Junior Athletics Championship, which is scheduled to be held from the 9th to the 12th of June. The delegation also met the Minister of Sports. Earlier, the Athletics Association postponed the games, stating that the election of office bearers to the Sri Lanka Athletic Association was not in accordance with the guidelines of the International Association of Athletics Federations. Following an explanation, the green light was secured to host the Asian Junior Athletics Championship as planned.
Thank you, Ramesh, for the sports update.
And that was a look at our primetime news today. It was a pleasure having you with us. If you missed out on any of our stories, do log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Punchani Adrisingha.
And I'm Ravi Gamge. Thanks for watching. Good night.